2026 is going to be an amazing year for men's hair. There's just so many options out right now. So whether you prefer something short and clean or something long and flowy, there's a style out there for you. I'm going to break down what I think will be the best hairstyles of 2026 in order from shortest to longest. Number 1, the buzz cut fade. A buzz cut can work amazing for some guys, provided you have the facial structure to back it up. Make sure you're going for a buzz cut fade and not just a buzz cut that's one length all around. It's the fade and lineup that really gives it that clean, intentional look. If you have stronger facial features, this cut can really enhance your look. A lot of people think a buzz cut is low maintenance, but it's actually quite the opposite. Keeping your buzz cut fade fresh requires getting a haircut pretty often, around once every 1 to 2 weeks, so make sure you're prepared to make that kind of time investment. Crew cut. Basically very similar to a buzz cut, but it's a little more grown out and you don't have to have a fade, and you keep the top slightly longer. This is great if you still want something really short and easy to style, but you want to wait a little longer between haircuts. It's also a great cut if your hairline isn't super symmetrical or your forehead is a little bigger and you want to balance it out. The crew cut works for almost any face shape, which is why it's been around forever. For styling, you barely have to do anything. A small amount of matte paste smooths out any strays if you want it to look extra clean. This is your safe, versatile cut, the warrior cut. This won't blow up on TikTok, but it's actually been around for a while. Think Brad Pitt in Fight Club. It's basically short, textured hair on top with a low taper fade or mid fade on the sides. Your barber uses a technique called point cutting to create that choppy, uneven look on top. You need around 3 to 4 inches of length to pull this off. Any shorter and you won't get that signature messy spiked up look. The warrior cut works well for most face shapes, which is part of why it got so popular. For styling, use a little bit of sea salt spray, then finish with a matte clay or texture paste. A lot of guys think this is a low maintenance cut because it looks messy, but you still need to visit the barber every 3 to 4 weeks to keep the fade clean and the top from getting too heavy. This cut works best on straight or slightly wavy hair. If you have really curly hair, the texture won't show through the same way. By the way, before going and buzzing your hair off and completely regretting it, it's smart to see how a hairstyle looks on you before you actually get it. So I recommend you use the hairstyle feature on Rate by Fresh. Just upload your face and you can see exactly how you would look like with pretty much any hairstyle. Try it out at ratebyfresh.com or click the link in the description and the pinned comment. Messy slick back. Instead of that rigid, shiny Wall Street look, you're going for something with more texture and movement. The hair is still pushed back off your face, but it's not glued down. There's natural wave and separation. This cut works really well if you have naturally wavy or textured hair, because you already have that movement built in. If your hair is super straight, you can still pull it off, but you'll need to put in a little bit more effort with a blow dryer. For styling, blow dry your hair backwards on low heat while shaping it with your fingers. Then finish it with a light textured clay or matte cream. You'll need medium length hair on top for this to work, usually around 4 to 6 inches. The sides can be faded or just tapered, depending on how clean you want the overall look. Maintenance is pretty moderate. You can go 4 to 5 weeks between cuts, since the grown out look actually works really well with this style. Mod cut. The mod cut is a medium length with textured layers and a fringe that falls slightly forward or slightly to the side. The modern version is a little softer than the original. You're not going for that super rigid helmet like shape. Instead, you want some texture and movement in there with layers that frame your face. This cut works best on square or rectangular faces. If you have an oval or more circular face, you gotta be careful with this because the rounded layers can make your face look even rounder. For styling, you need a volumizing spray to give it shape and body, and a light pomade keeps everything in place with a clean finish. This is not a low maintenance haircut. The shape needs to stay clean, so you're looking at trims every 4 to 6 weeks, and it does take a few minutes to style in the morning. But if you're into that retro aesthetic and want something with a lot of personality, the mod cut is a really solid choice. Burst fade mullet. The mullet has become super popular and it's not going anywhere, but the 2026 version is way more refined. The burst fade mullet specifically has a fade that curves around your ears in a semicircular shape instead of going straight down. This cut works with pretty much any hair texture, straight, wavy, curly. Doesn't really matter. The curly version actually looks really good because you get that contrast between the tight fade and the texture flowing out the back. For styling, you need to keep the top textured and messy or slick it back for a cleaner look. Sea salt spray works well if you want that natural texture, and a light pomade if you want something more polished. The mullet part doesn't have to be super long either. Even a few inches of extra length in the back is enough to get that look without going full ironic mullet. Maintenance depends on how tight you want the fade. If you like it really crisp, you're looking at every 2 to 3 weeks. If you're okay with it growing out a bit, you can stretch it to 4+ weeks. The Genji cut. This one comes from the character Takiya Genji in the Japanese movie Crow Zero. It's basically a shaggy, textured mullet with a lot of volume and movement on top. The layers are choppy and uneven. It's not clean, it's not polished, and that's the whole point. It's got that I don't care energy while still looking pretty intentional. The key to this cut is the layering. You want your barber to create a lot of texture and movement, especially on top. The back flows out a lot longer, similar to a mullet, but the overall shape is more crisp and less defined. The sides can be faded or just tapered depending on how sharp you want it. This cut works best on straight or wavy hair. It's definitely a statement haircut and not for everyone, but if you're into that anime aesthetic or just want something that really stands out, I recommend this. Layered flow. The layered flow is that medium to long length hair pushed back off your face or tucked behind your ears, with soft layers throughout. You've probably seen this everywhere lately. The layers are what make this cut work. Without them, it will look flat and heavy. This cut is great if you want something low effort on a daily basis. You can literally let it air dry and it looks pretty good. Use a leave-in conditioner to keep it healthy and maybe some sea salt spray if you want some extra texture and weight. The layered flow favors longer and oval face shapes because the width of the hair helps balance out your proportions. Growing your hair out to this length takes patience. You'll be going through some awkward phases where it doesn't sit right. Push through it, and once you get there, maintenance is actually pretty easy. Just a trim every 8 to 10 weeks to clean up split ends and keep the shape. This is a good option if you want versatility. You could wear it down, push it back, and it looks great in a hat or a skull cap. With that said, these were my picks for the best hairstyles in 2026. Thanks for watching, and make sure to check out ratebyfresh.com.